Hello and welcome to Earth Dragon Bricks. This is my channel where I do all things brick related, mostly Lego, but sometimes I may do other brands, comparing the different types and seeing how they all fit together. Mostly this will be kits. I'm not really a mock builder, but who knows, maybe if I develop the skills later down the line I might consider it. Okay, right, so I said to you I've got another Lego haul to share with you. I've got quite a few of these and they have been kind of piling up a little bit, but I haven't done much with them, which is a bit of a bummer because I really would like to get them done. One of them is a big project which I haven't even started yet, but I'm really keen to kind of get the ball rolling. And there are a few future builds I do need to put money aside to get them. I won't go into detail what they are until I get them. And one of them, and again I'm not going to say just yet, one of them I'm very excited about when it's released. There's one that I missed out before, but they're revamping it. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. And obviously with the way that they've been improving on their previous ones, I'm expecting this particular build to be mind-blowing. So I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, you've come here to see the haul that I've got. So let's crack the bag open. So that's the bag. It's quite big. So I think I better take off the table. Now before I go into the Lego ones, I mentioned before that some of the builds I'm going to be doing will be other brands. I will clarify, I will not do any illegal brands. So if it's a brand that's made in the black market, literally a fake Lego company, I'm not touching it. I just want to make that really clear from the get-go. However, authorised alternative brands or even companies that may use Lego bricks to build something else, I may review or may have a go at. But anything that's not legit ain't going to happen on this channel. Just going to say that. But I'm going to start with a couple of Lego bricks companies that I've come across. Very, very cheap. They're probably going to be not that good quality and stuff like that. But I'm going to build them together and see what they're like. So let's get the first one out. And this one is a company called Brix Play. That's B-R-I-X Play. Brix Play. And what this is basically, it's just in the pound shop, Poundland. I don't know about in America, but we have a shop called Poundland. And everything is, well, everything was just £1, but now you can spend £5-6 in there. Anyway, but yeah, normally these things in there are £1. This particular bill was £1. As I look at the design on that, it's a very simple design. It's like a missile launcher type thing, and I'm not going to mix it with the Lego stuff in that sense. But I'm definitely going to build it up and see what it's like. So that'll be an interesting build to see how that's going to work. So that's the first one. And does it tell me it's called the HV Missile Vehicle 01. Does it have any kind of code number on it? Because Lego tends to have little code numbers on it. This one doesn't, which is interesting. But anyway, so that's one build I'm going to be working on. A similar one is a company called Bloc, again from Poundland, Poundland. And this time it's like a police car type thing. Let's have a look. This is, it says it's a race car. It says to me that this is a race car, but it looks more like a police car. But one thing I'll notice already, the box is a lot stronger than this one. This one is a super cheap, thin box. You can see it was the only one in the shop, so it's even got crushed. It's that cheap. Whereas this one's a bit more solid. So that's already a bit of a plus on that one. Next up, we're actually going into the Lego stuff now. Starting off with a freebie. When it comes to freebies, I'm very, very choosy on that. I don't accept every freebie that's out there. And anything, the Easter stuff, yeah, I could pinch of salt. I could take it with a pinch of salt. But when I bought this lot here from Lego, they did give us a couple of additional freebies. And because of the amount I got, I managed to get 3, which is fantastic. Just one of them isn't quite my cup of tea. So I may later on, if I can figure out how to mock build, I might reconvert into something else. We'll have to wait and see. But the first one is this. Which is, well, it doesn't say what it is actually. Does it say what it is? Doesn't seem to say a name, but basically it's a carrot house. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of a cool little idea. Carrot house, there's an egg in there at the back. So it's got some cool little things in it. So I'll probably build it for the sake of the video, but if I can find maybe a way of repurposing it into something else, I may do that. But that's the first one I've got. So let's put this over here. The second freebie I've got was this one. And this is part of the May the 4th Be With You 2021. And as you can see, it is a Lego Space Shuttle, or the Tidarium to be more specific. It doesn't say Tidarium, but usually that's the one it refers to. Now I've got a few versions of this. I've got a couple of ones from Star Wars Advent calendars that they came out with a few years ago. I've got a couple of larger builds as well. In fact, one of them is actually similar to the one from the not the Clone Wars, probably was in Clone Wars as well, but more the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. You know, the one with the carrier, where it's like a people carrier one, as opposed to a personal carrier for Darth Vader or Palpatine. They have their own sort of separate individual shuttles, but this one was actually a carrier. And I used to have an actual physical model. I don't know what happened to it, and one day I'm going to rebuy it. One day I plan to go and rebuy it and rebuild it, and I'm going to fit lights and all the rest of it. That's something I planned long term, if all goes well. Who knows what life's going to bring. But this one is very similar to the one I've got, so I'm sort of trying to I need to work out and figure out if this is exactly the same as the one I've got in my cabinet, then I'll leave it in the bag. If it is different, and I think it is different, because I think the code numbers are different, but if it turns out that this is a different version to that, then I will build this one. If not, I'll take that one down and rebuild it and keep this one in the bag. So that's that option there. The next freebie is this. And this is a special one that's been made particularly for this year's 2021. I've heard it being talked about before. And it is a mini scale Tattooine Homestead. Tattooine Homestead. And it definitely can see you've got like a sand crawler, the little speeder, land speeder there, the house, and all bits and pieces. I think it's a great little display piece, and you've even got a little plaque as well. So that one I'm particularly looking forward to building, and that was kind of the key one I was trying to get hold of. This one I didn't know about until later, but when I heard, but seeing this inspiring, this is what I really was kind of going for. The next one I went for is, I'll do the large one last, it's an older one, is this one, the Stormtrooper helmet. Try and bring that to the camera so you can see it a bit clearer. The Stormtrooper helmet, the Scout Trooper, beg your pardon, it's Scout Trooper. And of all the Stormtroopers and Scout Troopers and everything else, this is probably my favourite one. I'm not actually that keen on the Darth Vader helmet, I must be honest. I don't like it, it just doesn't look... Well, for one thing, it's not smooth, it's got too many stubbles all over it, but also it feels very small. And Darth Vader's quite an ominous character, so when you see when you see his face, you kind of expect it to be kind of in your face, and I didn't really feel that with the Darth Vader one this time round. Maybe I will get it, maybe I'll put it on my Christmas list for this year, who knows, and I'll get it then. But if I do get it, I want to try and put some bits on it to try and smoothen out the sides of the edges so it looks a bit more ominous. But this one I'm very keen to build. And that will go very well with my Pro Droid that you saw me recently do. The next one, which is quite a big build, and I'll have to put this on the floor, is this. Now, I did not expect to get this at all. I only decided to get this one so that I could get that. Because I needed to spend at least £80. Wasn't much for £80. I need to spend at least £80 to get that. For this, I needed £40, so that's why I got that, which I wanted to get anyway. This I wasn't planning to, but I'm kind of glad I am, because I'm going to have Mandalorian in it and IG-88 as well, as I've just spotted. And this is basically, for those who don't know, this is called the Razor Quest. And this version's called the Razor Quest. Last year I heard little rumours that apparently some shops can't say the Razor Quest. They're not allowed to for some reason. I don't know why. It's called the Razor Quest in the show, but it's not allowed to. It's called the Hunter Carrier, which is really weird. I'm kind of glad that this one is called the Razor Quest on the box, so I'm quite pleased about that. And that is a big build. I mean, it feels quite heavy, but that is, I don't know how big it's going to be, but I reckon it's probably around about that sort of size, give or take. But that's going to be fun, and I've got ideas of how I'm going to film that. And then on to the last one. Now this one is not a purchase. This last one is not a purchase. It was promoted during the May the 5th, but it's actually a belated Christmas present. And I've held on till now, before opening it, because I wanted to add it into this big group of stuff. And since this was majority Star Wars related, because I know this is a Star Wars one, I thought I'd keep in time with everything else, keep in theme with everything. So I'm not going to worry about the card. I'll read that later. It's a Christmas card anyway. Here we go. So I've got a nice little interesting flowery wrapping paper. Obviously not Christmassy, but I guess there's no paper left in the shops. So let's see what this one is. Ha! Brilliant. This is the one I wanted. There was a few options in the offer, but this is the particular one I wanted. Now, I'll be honest, I prefer being surprised. I prefer it when someone surprises me and doesn't tell me what they're getting. But the guy isn't very good at keeping quiet sometimes. And the cat was out of the bag before I got it. So that's fine. It is what it is. But this is the Jewel on Mustafa. Which I don't know why they don't just call it Mustafa Jewel, because that's what the planet was called. So they should have just called it Mustafa Jewel, but there you go. But this is the Mustafa Jewel, and I just realised I didn't say all the numbers. Set number 75269, and it's basically the battle on the lava between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. A very popular scene, and that's a really good one to put on my collection. I would have liked to get the Cloud City one with Luke, but because it was limited to the convention, which never actually happened. Then they released it to only people that would have normally been able to go to the convention instead of globally. It's not available unless you're going to spend the earth, which, as much as I would love to, I can't really afford that. But this is the next best thing. So hopefully one day maybe I'll be able to get that, or build my own version of that other one. I've downloaded the instructions, so hopefully I can do that. But this is my Star Wars range, and you've seen these other two boxes, which I'll bring back up. And then there's those two there, those two cheap brands. This is my haul for April 2021, which is when I purchased all this lot. So I look forward to building all these. I need to take a break from getting all these kits, because one, I need to build them, and two, I need to save my pennies, especially with the other ones I want to get as well. But after this year, I'm not planning to buy any more next year, no matter how good they look. That's something I'm definitely not going to do. I'm going to get the ones that I've said I'm going to get this year, and then next year we'll see what happens. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do want to watch me build all these, any of these pieces, make sure that you've hit that subscribe and you turn your notification on. If you don't, you'll miss out, and before you know it, you've missed the video. Everybody else has been talking about it, and you're the last person to see it. So make sure you hit that button. And if you have enjoyed this video or any of the videos on this channel, or my art channel, or my gaming channel, or whatever channel, one of my channels that you're watching, give it a thumbs up. It helps to support the channel, lets people know that this is content that people would like to see, and also means that those other people that like to see this content have the opportunity to do it, and it doesn't get hidden under the algorithm from YouTube. But anyway, thank you again for watching, and one more thing, keep bricking it. Cheerio. Hello and welcome to Earth Dragon Art.